Dads worldwide. The first word in family management, family budgeting, insurance, bills, food, vacations, research and development, homework, emails, phone calls. Last week we tried to do an oil change and ended up with a new car. Security. Doors are locked, windows shut, house alarm is set. Fingerless gloves. Dads worldwide. Loyal listeners, possibly you.
Welcome to another episode of Dads Worldwide. We will make you laugh, we might make you cry, most certainly somehow, some way, trying to make you a better parent. I am your most humble host, Brendan, and the hostess with the mostest is, he's back again. He just keeps coming.
It is I, the 17-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Champion, non-chill filtered, quadruple distilled, your blend master of ceremonies himself, the one that comes continuously, an international sex kitten, a master of words, a lyrical wordsmith, if I do say so myself, a ordained minister in the Church of Dudology. Yours truly, Tony fucking G.
Ooh, it's just, never peaking.
There is no peak. Everest peaks, not this guy.
He is the other hostess with the mostest. He is the host of Real Estate Raconteur. What? Oh, we can't hear him now. What's going on? Oh God. All right. Okay. Well, he's got a lot of hosting. No, can't hear you. Can't hear you at all. Yep. Yeah. Real Estate
It was just working.
Pop culture podcast. Ask It Anything. He's got a lot of shows. On the Ledge. Soon to be featuring Striker G. Nope.
Yes.
Nothing,
yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have to leave. Come back. I think.
Well, those of you watching can see him, so that's nobody. That's a plus, right?
That is Chris
Okay.
Green having technical
Yay!
issues. Chris,
Tell us all about your day, Chris.
Nope.
No, nothing.
Nope.
Usually he's got plenty to say. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. He's a quiet guy.
Yeah.
He's very humble, shy. Yep.
It's okay. He'll warm up. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
He's gone. Shit.
Yep.
I don't know what happened. We could hear him in the pre-show.
I don't know. Yeah, we were all talking 5 seconds ago, and we started the intro, and that was it. So he'll be back in a minute here.
Yeah.
Tony, how are you, sir?
I'm not too shabby. I survived this weekend, so that's a plus. Yeah, we did a garage sale, so as you can imagine, things could have gone sideways quickly, and tempers could have flared, and disasters could have happened. We somehow avoided all that, and I feel better for it, and I would never, ever, ever do it again. So there we go. It was exhausting.
Nice. Yeah.
That's one word to use.
A lot of work with not a lot of reward.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Honestly, we didn't do too bad. I'd say we came in probably right around $900.
Damn.
Which, half of that was our stuff, half of it was my sister-in-law's, and the fucking my 4 and her 2 girls sold lemonade that I made and puppy chow that she made and bracelets that the kids made for $1 a cup, 50 cents for a lemonade, or 25 cents for a bracelet, and they cleaned house.
Yeah.
$160 some over 2 days. Yeah.
Wow.
Few people came by just to donate because we'd just take pictures and videos of them and put it up on the local community stuff, and people are like, well, I gotta go donate to the kids. And I see all of our children have a glorious future ahead of them as sign spinners, because as a group they would just stand at the bottom of the yard holding that garage sale sign and corralling people to stop, guilt tripping them. Because how do you not pull over for this adorableness? Now you got to come look. So they definitely earned their money. So kudos to them. They were the real MVPs.
Nice. Yeah, that was the boys. We had a garden a couple years ago that just produced. I don't know. I think we must have had like, I don't know, 70 cucumbers. All in all. Yeah. So I mean, we eat a lot of cucumbers. Don't get me wrong.
Damn.
That's just too many. Like, we are not eating all of them. So the boys.
Right. How did you sit after a week? Like, that had to be. Man.
Well, I mean, you choose the smaller ones. That's all.
Train. Yeah. Work your way up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have another story with that. If actually. Oh, wait, never mind.
Wait for Chris.
Wait for Chris on that one. Yeah. But the boys they set up a table down by the road and just offered fresh cucumbers for so much money, and then these people would show up and this might have been the lemonade time. I don't know, whatever. But I'm like trying to explain business to them, and this woman shows up and like hands them a 10 spot. And like, oh no, keep the change. I'm like, no, that's not how business works. No one, like, I don't hand someone a plumbing bill, and they hand me more money than I ask for them. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not how it fucking works.
You're not an adorable child, though. Either.
Like, it's true. I try. I go in with the spinner hat, and I'm like, hey, here's the bill.
You should definitely color your beard in.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the problem. They're like, I don't know, this kid's beard's turning gray. Clearly not as young as he says he is.
Not as young as he's young. Can I see your birth certificate? Yeah.
That's racist. No, you may not.
No, you may not. Yeah. You want to see my COVID passport too, you prick?
Buy a cucumber off the side of
the road. Chris, can we hear
almost
you
got
now?
there, folks.
Can we hear you?
Hey, fellas.
Hey, there he is.
Hello.
Hey, I don't know what
I'm
happened
glad
there.
to be here.
Yeah.
You weren't able to hear me, were you?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. Nope,
yeah.
A little bit.
I wasn't able to hear you either. Everything was working just fine, and then Brendan started the show, and then everything wasn't working fine.
Oh, so it's my fault. Thanks.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying the sequence of events that occurred.
Just fact based.
Draw your own conclusions. Yeah.
It might have had something to do with the fact that I moved my laptop over and might have jiggled the USB cord that connects all my stuff together. Might have been that. I don't know.
Clearly Brendan's fault. No.
Who knows? Could have been something that either one of you guys did. It's impossible. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
That's true.
It's impossible.
It's a mystery.
Yeah. Well,
we'll find out about when we get the rest of the Epstein files.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Any day now. Any day.
Just as soon as my audio went out, I got a text from the DOJ saying, "Don't say another word." So
easy, Mr. Loose Lips.
That's all I got for you.
We will murder you.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
But I do have stories. So whenever you want to throw it to me for some stories, I've got stories.
All right. Well, why don't you kick it off? I did introduce you with my wonderful introduction of the
home run.
Yeah. It was probably the best I've ever done for you.
Best I've ever heard it, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been working on it.
Yeah.
I've been working on it. So yeah. So why don't you take it away? What do you got?
I mean, it's not that riveting, but I'll just tell you. So first of all, because I'm sure the listener / viewers been keeping up with my my very low level workout routine. I can now do. Now this is in 4 sets. I'm not saying I can drop down and do all this at once.
Okay.
I can now do 4 sets of push-ups that equal a total of 105.
Oh, boom! Triple
so
spot. Yes,
I've topped now. I mean, that should be obvious. I mean, look at me. So
I definitely noticed you had to get a bigger pullover.
Yeah, so I definitely look like a person that can do 105 push-ups.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that I didn't have to give the number.
1,000.
Yeah, you could have guessed the number, if not a much higher number. I understand, but I have topped the century mark, so that's good. Also, this past weekend, I engaged in some hardcore dadding because
Whoa,
we had a
easy,
whole-
fella.
yeah, we had a whole Saturday where I made 6 separate trips to Walmart. But
Oh God,
Oh my
I
god.
did come home with 3 bicycles.
Whoa.
was that one trip or did you spread those over 3?
What do you mean?
Well,
Did
you
get
made
one
6
bicycle
trips.
per visit?
Yeah, you're averaging a half a bike per trip.
That's right. Yeah, that was impressive the way you did that math just now.
Well,
So we
N stands for knowledge at Nebraska.
so I don't remember how it came about, but I think nice. So my middle son Noah said, "Hey, I'd love to get a bike, for my birthday." And I'm like, "Well, your birthday's in August, right? When you go back to school, there's no way I'm making you wait all summer for a bike. If you want a bike, we're gonna go get a bike." And then his sister wanted a bike, of course, and so we're leaving the house, and my 13-year-old son, my oldest, said, I was like, "Hey, do you want a bike? Hop in the car. Let's go get bikes." He's like, "Nope, I don't want a bike." It's like, "Okay, great. That's going to save me some cash there. So
Yeah.
2 bikes, no problem. Let's go." So we go up there and we pick out 2 bikes, and I've got one of those kind of mid-size hybrids, not hybrids, crossovers.
Mm.
Now that everyone's abandoned sedans, we all have these. We'll have this kind of-
Frankenstein fucking vehicles. Yeah,
drive down the road. There's every car on the road is one of these. Anyways, I have one.
basically.
And I was like, and they're like, "Hey, how are we going to fit it in the back of the car?" I'm like, "I don't know. We're just going to buy these 2 bikes and go out to the parking lot and make it work," which is exactly what we did. And
Nice.
and then of course I double seat belted both my kids in the front seat. It's not entirely illegal.
You're not going to get judged on this screen, pal.
No.
Yeah, and so I said, "Hey, we've accomplished our first goal, which is get these bikes in the back of the car." Our
I
next
feel like
goal
getting
is-
the kids in the car should have been the first goal.
Listen, Tony, they wanted bikes. They didn't want a safe ride home.
Right. I'll
So
come back.
they would have
with it.
requested that.
Oh, now I
That's what
see
would've
why
done.
it took 6 trips. You left the kids.
No. Listen, I said, listen. Now that we got the bikes in the back, we got you 2 strapped in together, like a couple of sardines in the front seat. And like, kids, the next goal here is to not see any police officers. So if we see one,
Practice the duck game. Yes.
play it cool, kids. Now what I didn't, I think Tony, you and I chatted a little bit on Facebook about this. I did get scolded by one of the employees for riding a bike through the store. Apparently you're not supposed to do that. But my point is how am I supposed to know if I like this bike if I don't ride it?
Exactly.
And so it's
Yes.
it's got the gears on the hand grips. I'm like, I don't know, man, this is a Walmart bike. I'm not buying this from a bike store. It has no warranty. It has no nothing. So like, I'm going to ride it to make sure it actually works. Well, apparently that's not how you're supposed to do that. Anyway, so
Was this a young person or an older person?
It was an old lady.
Oh, for God's
And she was on her way to go help another customer, and I muttered under my breath at a level that she was not going to hear me. I was like, "Well, help me with these bikes, and I wouldn't have to ride them." Anyway, so we were pulling out of the parking lot, and I'm being a good dad. Got the 2 bikes and helmets, and then they were like, "Hey, do we need locks for our bikes?" Yeah, I didn't think of that. Okay, back in the parking lot, back to the parking space, back in the store. So that's trip number 2. So we got to go in there. We got to buy locks. And I was like, "Okay, we're leaving. Do you need anything else?"
So you got to block away from the first trip.
Correct.
Okay.
Immediately back to the store, back in. But I mean, it's not a bike store; it's a Walmart. So it's like a 300-yard walk once you get inside. The bikes are in the way back corner by automotive,
of course.
And then I noticed that my daughter's bike, which is a brand new bike, didn't have valve stem covers, which I almost just unscrewed them off of another bike and put them on the bike.
Abso-freaking-lutely, yes.
If I wasn't with my kids, that's exactly what I would have done.
As you should. Those should have been included.
Yeah, I agree. Well, a brand new bike should come with valve stem covers. Okay, period. I'm gonna die on that hill. So
yeah, there's a reason that one didn't have it is because someone took it from another bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Their own bike.
Great point, Brendan. Great point, and you're
Yeah,
probably
sorry.
right.
Sorry.
So, anyways, and by the way, I made both my kids ride the bikes, even though it was in the store, because my daughter, she's
hopefully the door washer wasn't around and didn't see that happen.
I mean, there were a couple of door washers around, but we steered clear of them for the most part. but I made my daughter. I put my daughter on a 24-inch bike. She's kind of new to bike riding, so I was a little nervous it was too big. But she spotted this bike. She loved it. You know, you guys have daughters. Tony, do you have a daughter? You don't have a daughter. You have a daughter.
I do. I have a daughter.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're like, you can't turn them down. Like if they spot a bike and their eyes light up, you're like, okay, that's the bike we're buying.
Yeah.
And so
Logistics be damned. Yeah.
Exactly. Who cares if it's too big for them? I'm buying it anyways.
You'll grow into it.
Yeah, right. And so no surprise, it was way more expensive than the one I bought for my son. I'm like, dang it. Because now on that bike, we're getting to like bike shop prices. I was like, oh, I don't love this. And so I finally find the valve stem caps and we got the locks. And so we head home and we unlock that. We unload the bikes and my son's like, because now my two younger kids are outside riding their new bikes and they're pumped about it. Like they're having the time of their life as they should.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling the victory. Like, no problem. Nailed this. And then my son's like, maybe I do want a bike. And by the way, this is my son who, like, if you say, hey, go outside and play, he acts like you're torturing him. Like he's somehow allergic to being outdoors, whether it be the oxygen or something about going
Is he
past
vampire?
I don't know, but he doesn't like being outside. But he's like, I want a bike. I'm like, man, hey, listen, buddy. Up until this point, anytime I've told you to go outside to do anything, you've acted like, like I was torturing you, and it was the worst possible thing I could possibly suggest. And they're like, oh, what do I do outside? And then I would name a dozen things. They're like, I don't want to do any of those things. I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, great. Like that's your history. Now you're saying I want a bike. And by the way, bud, bikes aren't cheap, right? Especially because now you're getting to adult size bikes. He's 13, so he's getting to be adult size. I'm like, are you sure? Because I said, hey, listen, the other thing, just a reminder, literally as we were walking out the door, and I was doing you a favor because you always asked to stay home. I didn't even ask you. I just said you could stay home. I said, we're going to buy bikes. I said, do you want a bike? And you very clearly said, no, I do not want a bike. And then we left. And I started to say, hey, we got a couple other bikes in the garage. You could use my bike, blah, 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 blah. Nope. I'd really like my own bike. I was like, okay, great. Super. So we head back to the store to find him a bike. Now, I couldn't remember at some point, maybe my daughter came back up on the porch. I'm probably going to get the sequence of all this out of order, but you'll get the idea.
Nobody will know. You don't have to tell them.
Yeah, it's okay.
Exactly. Okay, so we're just going to keep plowing ahead. So then my daughter gets upset. She comes back up on the porch and she's crying. I'm like, man, what is going on? I thought you loved your bike, or blah, 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 blah. And because in the store, I was like, are you sure this bike isn't too big for you? Well, now she's tried to ride it. It's too big. This bike doesn't work. I'm like, oh man, okay. The goal for today is to get everybody a bike. Everybody that wants a bike to get a bike. So I had 2 bikes. We were done. 2 trips, nailed it. Now we're going back for a 3rd bike. Plus this other bike is too big now. So now we really only have 1 bike that works. The goal was 2 working bikes. Now we're back down to 1. Okay, so back up to the store, and now my daughter's looking for another bike, and my son's picking out a bike. And so, but remember, I have the other bike. So at some point, like I think I can't remember if I loaded. I think I left her bike at home. I don't remember because remember I was gonna have to get his bike home now.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a bigger bike.
So my son's like, so he picks out a bike, but I'm like, okay, now we got to return. Your sister's bike. It's like, hey, do you want to go to another Walmart store to see if because there's only a couple that he liked and wasn't quite sure. I was like, hey, let's just go to a different Walmart store. They might have a couple other ones that this store doesn't have. I got to return your sister's bike anyways. Perfect. Great idea. So, I go home, we load up my daughter's bike, go to the other Walmart store. Well, by this time it's like 8:05. Well, the customer service desk closes at 8. So as I'm rolling I'm rolling the store's open till 11, but the customer service desk. So there's another employee that's waiting to leave as I'm rolling it across the parking lot towards the door. She's like, hey, are you going to return that? Like, yep. Why are you asking me that? Well, because the customer service desk is closed. It's like, closed? The store's open. Like, what do you mean? What time does it close? And she's like, 8. And I look at my clock. It's like 8:11. Like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
Because I want to do this in one day. I don't want bike day to turn into bike weekend. I want to nail this and be done with it. I got other things we want to do. We got plans. Yeah, because I think we're going to a movie the next day or whatever. Like bike. The whole bike thing was going to be one day. And so I'm like, man, that is not good. So I take the bike back to the car, load it back into the car. And this is a big bulky bike. Put it back in the car, and now I'm like, okay, well, we're here, so we might as well just see what their inventory of bikes is. See if there's another bike that my oldest son, I would see what he wants.
Right.
And then of course my daughter's got to pick out another bike anyways. So
Uh-oh.
he doesn't see a bike that he likes better. Daughter finds a bike that I think that she likes, or maybe I was like, hey, Liam's not getting his bike here, so let's just go back to the original store where he saw the one that he likes. Pick out a bike there. And right on the way out the door, I'm like, I start wandering towards customer service, which the lights are out. It's a little cubby towards the front of the store.
Yeah.
Lights are out. I just walk over there and there's two ladies standing behind the counter. Like
Yep.
they're not getting ready to leave. They're just standing there in the dark.
Used to be cashiers. Now they do nothing.
Right. I walk over there. I'm like, hey, I just acknowledge up front because I don't want them to I don't need them to point me out that it's closed. I could see the lights are out. Like, hey, I understand you're closed. Is there any way that I could return something real quick? And they're like, well, what is it? I was like, it's a bike. Like, yeah, we can help you with that. I was like, sweet. I was like,
Yes.
please don't go anywhere. Now I have to go back out to the parking lot to my car, bring the bike in for a second time. So I go do that. I return the bike. They're very nice. We exchange pleasantries. Thanks, you're a lifesaver. Okay, so now I'm back down to one bike.
One bike. Yeah.
One bike. But I need 3 bikes now.
Oh no.
So like we go, I'm like,
This math ain't mathin'.
No, it's not working out. It's not. So we go back to the original store. We get the bike that my oldest son wanted. We find a bike that my daughter wants. And I don't remember how. So my kids are counting the trips to Walmart. So I'm losing track. But by this time we're like 5 or 6 or what. We're nearing the end of all these Walmart
If you're
trips.
over 1, it's a ruined weekend.
It really is. It really is. Thank you for knowing that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So anyway, like I said, it's out of sequence, and I'm missing something. I'm missing the Walmart store visit count, but just trust me, it got to 6. So finally, we go to the store. We get my daughter's other bike. We get my son's bike, and we get back home, and I finally successfully purchased 3 bikes.
Nice.
So that was one thing. So, but
Are all
but
the
this-
chains still on the bikes?
You know what? They rode it for one of my sons rode his bike for a few minutes. The chain popped off.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Okay, there it is.
we did lose the chain.
Thank you.
Now, fortunately, they didn't come get me. They were industrious enough that they partnered up with the neighbor kid who was already out there with them, got the chain back
Yes.
on.
Nice.
And by the way, that's a very proud moment for a father, right?
Fuck
When your
yes.
kids don't come bug you about something like that and they figure it out on their own.
That's
really
great
weird.
because I've yet to experience that. Oh, that's amazing.
It may be in your future, Tony. I hope that it is. Okay, so that's the bike story. Also went and saw what was the movie we went and saw? The Breadwinner with Nate Bargatze. Very funny movie.
Love that.
I saw a
guy.
poster for that today. I hadn't even heard of it, but he's
Okay.
pretty funny.
So we went to an 11:30 a.m. showing. We were the
Weird.
only ones in the theater,
Whoa.
Yeah, I bet.
and this was opening weekend.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
I did not see many advertisements for that movie.
I didn't know it was a thing until this morning.
Yeah,
I considered it. I think it's under promoted, but it's a
Yeah,
very
very
good movie.
much.
So he's not going to make any money off this movie, which is a real shame because I really like him. He's funny, and it was a
I
very
know.
good movie. It
I
was
love
good.
Nate. Nate is
Yeah, he's great.
Nate is hilarious.
He is hilarious, and he deserves all the success. But literally, it was just the 4 of us in the theater by ourselves. Except as we're leaving the theater,
Pee Wee
wanna offend-
Herman was in the back.
Close. So there was a guy that did cleanup. Obviously, of course, there's only 4 of us. There wasn't much to clean up. However, midget.
Okay.
My kids haven't seen a midget in the wild. Got to see a
Oh.
midget.
How dare you?
I mean,
Yeah.
little person.
little person? I apologize.
I don't know.
I apologize.
Look,
I'm not trying to.
Okay, I'm not that short, guys. Like, fucking leave it alone. Like,
Okay, so
Well,
if I offended our Singaporean listeners,
yeah, they're Singaporean.
I meant to say little person. Anyway, got to see a little person in person, which is But listen, I don't see a bunch of them around, so that was kind of cool for me too. So I'll end with this story. So I'm going to rewind a couple of weeks because we haven't done the show in a while. I had to go to my annual trip that I have to take for work out to Vegas. Don't get excited. I hate Vegas. I've been out there 25 times. There's nothing out there for me. I've got it down to a 20. I have it down to a 24-hour trip. I go in the afternoon before, I go to the convention, I leave that evening. I'm out. Except the problem is that I was starting to come down with something the few days before that. I powered through that, but the problem is I think the combination of things that I was treating myself with didn't 100% get rid of that whole. It was kind of cold and flu, kind of just feeling a little under the weather kind of thing. So I think I overtreated it with the wrong combination of things, and I ended up with ferocious diarrhea.
Fantastic.
But I'm about to have to go to the airport and get on a 3-hour flight to Vegas, and then I've got to be at a convention where I have meetings all day with other humans, and then I have to get back on the plane, another 3-hour flight home, and I have to prevent myself from blowing out my pants during all of that.
Right. That's so fucking miserable.
But the problem, and I'm telling you, this was relentless diarrhea, like hardcore. It was just going to happen. And so the problem is that I was in a rush. By the time I realized what was going to happen, like I was literally leaving for the airport. I did not have anything in my home to treat that condition. So I was like, I'm going to have to figure out something in the airport store and just cram it and hope that this works. So I went to the store and I bought a few strategic things. I'm like, I hope this works. And so it did. No problem on the flight out there. But I'm like strategically like consuming the stuff, like candy. And so I do make it through. The moments that I have where I was able to make it to a bathroom. I'll just say that. So I get through the convention, got to go back to the airport, sit in the airport, get back on the flight, get all the way home. Listen, I've accomplished many, many very impressive things in my lifetime. The most impressive thing is that I made it through that entire trip without blowing out my pants with horrible diarrhea. Totally made it. No issues whatsoever.
That's awesome.
No issues.
It's a win.
I'm proud of you because clearly you definitely must have had half that cheesecake with Leslie. That's clearly what led to this vicious case of diarrhea.
But listen, I've got 3 wonderful kids. I've got a decent career. Like I've really done some stuff in my brief lifetime. Yeah. I'm being 100% sincere. The fact that I was able to navigate that entire trip.
Oh yeah.
Without having an incident. Like I can't think of a more impressive thing I've done.
No, that is a limitless win right there.
Yeah.
That's 2 long trips plus hanging out in the airport for a couple hours plus going to a convention where you can't, like I had back-to-back meetings every 30 minutes back-to-back for like 6 hours.
Oh my
God. It's not like I can.
Oh.
You just have to ride it out and hope for the best.
Oh.
Did it. Totally did it.
It's so funny. So the last time, recently my family went through a bout of really bad sickness. Mm-hmm. And of course, Jackson, my oldest, got it the worst. And at one point we're talking about it and he goes, yeah, every time I fart, I shit my pants. And I'm like,
that's not a fart, bud.
I was like, when you're sick like that, you never trust a fart. Like, this is just something you're going to learn in life. Like they say that you never trust a fart, but like you definitely never trust a fart when you've just had diarrhea for like 3 days. Like that's not, you have to give it a good week before you can trust it. Like that's just not a thing. Like
your body is lying to you.
Yeah, both my wife and I looked at him and just started laughing. Like, yeah, buddy. Yeah. You can't.
Well, and mine was 100% liquid.
Yeah. Yep.
Totally liquid. Yep.
Well, I'm glad you survived, my friend.
I am too. That is a nice.
Yeah.
It's a story with a happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah. Both my bout with diarrhea and my trips to Walmart. So I've done a lot of winning lately, gentlemen. I guess that's the theme here.
Well, that's true. But I do have to ask, because you were doing losing. You were losing for your entire life until you finally committed to watching Superbad. So you finally won that battle.
Oh,
Congratulations for catching up to the rest of the world.
Yes,
Truly
so
a classic.
I guess I'll add that. So over Memorial Day weekend, I haven't had this in a really long time, but I realized I had, basically 4 days.
Yeah, I
where
did too.
literally had nothing. Well, listen, I'm the type of I'm a list maker, so I'm always making lists of things to do. That's just my person. I'm one of those guys. So I had plenty of things I could have done. I just missed all of those things. I ignored all of those things.
Watched movies, right?
And when I realized I didn't have any place to be or any obligations, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna watch movies all weekend. Like I don't think I've done that maybe since college. And so I watched first I watched maybe it was Superbad. I think I watched Superbad first, and then I watched maybe I watched Moneyball. Might have been Moneyball.
You had never seen Superbad?
No, I never seen Superbad.
That's crazy. That is crazy to me. That is such a
great
movie.
I acknowledge that. I'll explain at the end. So I watched Superbad, and then I think I watched Moneyball third. Somewhere in there, I watched Wolf of Wall Street, Moneyball, and then I think last I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We don't have to get into it. I have thoughts and opinions on all of those films. I'll go through it quickly. Superbad, excellent. Two-thirds of the movie was excellent. It lost a little steam in the last third, but overall, really funny. I really
push back
it.
on that. I'm gonna push back on that. Big time.
All right. Listen, it's subjective. Overall, I thought it was a very, very funny movie. Wolf of Wall Street, also, absurd. Like, that's a crazy, insane movie. It was 3 hours long, so it was it was at least a half hour, probably 45 minutes longer than it needed to be. And I understand it's based on a true story, so if even a fraction of that is true, that's insane. But also completely gratuitous. Like it's like I only need to see him do coke a couple of times, and I'm like, I get it. He did a lot of drugs, but like you see him do coke like 50 times. There was too much of everything, right? Like it was so absurd and so outrageous and so over the top that you didn't need it repeated over and over and over again for 3 hours. Like it was just too much. Like everything about it, there was just too much of all of it. But very compelling, very fast paced, very entertaining. Everybody in the movie was freaking fantastic. Jonah Hill was unbelievable in that movie. Then we get to Moneyball, which maybe I think I watched that third. Okay, so first of all, the other thing that I realized is that I really like Brad Pitt. Like I forgot how much I love watching Brad Pitt in a movie. Yep. You can't not like Brad Pitt. And listen, he's just Brad Pitt and everything. He's on that list of actors and actresses where they're just themselves in every movie. Yeah. He's just Brad Pitt. Go back and watch all the Brad Pitt movies. It doesn't matter what his character's name is. He's being Brad Pitt. But I love Brad Pitt, and I forgot how much I loved him, so I don't care. He can be himself in every movie. He's kind of like Matthew McConaughey. Like just be McConaughey. Yeah. You're great. You're funny. You're ridiculous. So I loved it. And so, but listen, and I understand what Moneyball is about. I'm a big sports fan. I understand sabermetrics. I understand that whole thing. Nothing happened in that movie. Literally, nothing actually happened in that movie. And let me explain briefly. Season 1, traditional baseball. Season 2, Moneyball, sabermetrics, the exact same outcome. Same outcome of both seasons. So what? And then he gets a chance to go take the job with the. I know this is a spoiler alert, but this movie came out like 12 years ago. So at the end of the movie, he gets a chance to go take the job with the Boston Red Sox, who obviously have a better organization, more money, blah, 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 blah. He turns it down. Then they employ sabermetrics, win their first World Series in like 82 years. So literally nothing happened in this movie. Nothing. They showed two seasons of baseball were portrayed. Exact same outcome. So like if you're making the point, hey, the sabermetrics thing is this really crazy cool thing that was invented by this young kid, and it changed, like it revolutionized this crappy team. It didn't at all. It accomplished nothing for basically the moral of the story is if you're a low budget team that won't spend any money on players, it doesn't matter how you build a roster. You're still gonna be crappy. You're gonna be crappy. They won the same number of games in the regular and postseason, both seasons. It's like there's had no point. At no point. Like maybe it was an interesting book because Michael Lewis is a good writer. As a movie, it was about nothing. It was really just an hour and a half of Brad Pitt, which I was cool with, and Jonah Hill's great in that too. So I was totally fine. I liked the movie, but the reality is it was about nothing. It was about absolutely nothing. I mean, fight me on it if you want to. I don't care. You're not going to change my mind. Like the movie, but it was about nothing. Then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Don't say too much because I have not watched that one yet.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, then I'll just ask you, do you like Tarantino movies?
I do. I absolutely do. Yes.
And are you nostalgic? Do you like nostalgia? Do you like stuff from from a prior time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you like those two things, you'll absolutely love this movie. Now,
perfect.
It's still too long. It's like
it's very long. Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it yet.
Right. And it's not nearly as fast paced as like a Wolf of Wall Street. At times, in the same, I have the same critique for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as I do for Wolf of Wall Street, which is they could have just edited it down because it's too much of some of the stuff. Like I won't spoil it. I'll just say like there's several scenes. By the way, Brendan, have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I don't remember. I think I have, but I'm looking at it now on IMDb because
okay.
I think I've seen it, but I'm not 100%.
All right. Well, let me just say this. So, as an example, Tony, there's several scenes of Brad Pitt just driving a car. One, they're like 6 times longer than they should be, and there's way too many scenes of Brad Pitt just driving a car. Like I
haven't even seen it. And I disagree. It just
all right. Well, so like these scenes of Brad Pitt driving a car would last like, and this is going to sound like a lot, but it's like 90 seconds of him driving a car. But that's like a lot. That's a lot of times of him driving a car. Like you could show him getting in the car, 10, 15 seconds of him driving, and then him getting out of the car. Like get in and out of that in like 20, 30 seconds. You don't need 2 minutes of him driving a car. There's way too much.
Tarantino likes a slow burn sometimes. Yeah.
You really,
I'm gonna say like that's just Tarantino though. Like he's just ridiculous. So like
I agree with you on that.
Shit. Yeah.
Well, listen, he's an artistic director, and I that's not my criticism. I like it. I like his aesthetic. Yeah. So I'm not complaining about the artistic approach. But one, we're in this era where long movies are a thing for some reason, and two, nobody thinks that Quentin Tarantino shit stinks anymore. So he can make a movie as long as he wants to, and everybody's just going to say it's amazing. That's just not true. It's not true. It doesn't have to be 2:45. It could be 2:15, and it's still an amazing movie. So just do some editing.
Sure.
You don't need that much time. And the other thing is I don't remember who pointed it out. It might have been my friend Greg. He was like, "Hey, were you aware of Quentin Tarantino's foot fetish?" I was like, nope. I was not aware of that.
I was, yeah.
And so now, and I haven't watched
further than From Dusk Till Dawn. Fucking cast Salma Hayek to be a fucking stripper, and then needs a person to drink tequila from her foot, and then casts himself in that role.
Yeah.
Right. So I wasn't aware of this until somewhat recently, and I don't really watch a lot of movies. More on that in just a moment. But it's the first time I'd watched a Tarantino movie where I'd known that. And so every time there was a scene where you're like, oh, that's definitely a scene from a foot fetishist. It's creepy as hell. It's really fucking creepy. And it kind of ruins it. It doesn't ruin the whole movie for me, but it ruins those scenes. You're like, God, that's so weird and gross. So weird and gross. However, I like Tarantino movies. I like his style. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's really good. It's just good.
I like some of his movies, just not all.
That's fair.
I didn't care for Pulp Fiction. Everyone loved it. I just did not care.
I really like that one. I didn't care for Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, that one again was okay, but just not great.
I don't know. I thought he really missed the mark on the pacing with that one.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Pulp Fiction. I remember watching it. I think I was in high school at the time, and I'm just like, I don't get it.
Well, that's the movie that made him famous because he'd already done Reservoir Dogs.
Well, Reservoir Dogs is one of my favorites. I love that.
So good.
I think that movie's his best. Honestly,
it might be. And he wrote that whole film, by the way.
I love that movie. I love that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, you're never gonna like. I don't like every Coen Brothers movie. I don't like every Wes Anderson movie. I like both those guys. I don't like every Farley Brothers movie. Like you're not going to like every movie by a certain filmmaker.
Sure.
So that makes sense. So Quentin Tarantino, like M. Night Shyamalan. I don't like all his movies, but I think he's great.
Shyamalan.
Yeah. There's like one or two that I really liked.
Anyway, I'll button it up with this. since 1998, I've watched very few movies for the most part. And you might say, well, that's interesting. What happened in
Yeah,
1998?
no, same. I agree.
That was the year they invented the TiVo. So I'm
There
a
you go.
huge TV watcher. Like I love I haven't watched a lot of TV in a long time, but back in the day, nobody watched more television than I did. And so when they invented the TiVo, and listen, I was the guy that recorded everything out of VCR. I had a ton of VHS tapes with a bunch of my favorite TV shows on it. I had
Yep,
the
same.
Last Week of Carson. I had the entire first season of Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
I had hundreds of tapes of my favorite TV just in boxes that I never watched, and eventually put it out by the curb. But then when TiVo came along, I was like, wait a second, I can watch sports and any TV show I want with no commercials. I'm never going to see a movie again. And I've missed a lot of great movies. I get it. But I was like, I get TV when I want it, the way I want it. So that was for the my movie watching went down probably 90% with the invention of TiVo. So,
I think mine actually may have gone up because I could record movies on cable with DVR, and then I probably in the last like 12 years, I really have not watched a ton of movies. I'm always behind. I actually binge watched the entire Marvel MCU from Iron Man up into Infinity War in 6 months, and I hadn't watched any of them. I watched all of them in 6 months, watched Infinity War the night before Endgame came out, and I went to the theater to see Endgame. It was the only one I'd seen in the theater up until that
That's
point.
awesome.
It was a way different way to experience that thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably hadn't.
So here's the struggle I have now. One, I'm at a season of life where I don't have a lot of time to watch television.
Yes,
that's my fault. I've made choices. I regret those choices. So I wish I could watch as much TV as I used to. Now, when I was going through all my health stuff and I was basically bedridden for the better part of 4 years, got to watch a decent amount of TV.
Sure.
So like a lot of TV, which was like the silver lining to the worst period of my entire life, which by the way is not over, but we'll talk about that some other time. But here's the struggle that I have now that does not combine well with my limited amount of time. A lot of people say that we've entered into either the second or maybe even the third golden age of television. And you're going to understand this. There's so many amazing shows.
Yeah.
There's way more. Like every time you talk to somebody, they're like, hey, have you seen such and such? You're like, no, I haven't even heard of it. And there's probably 30 shows that people are like, you're an idiot if you're not watching this. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's it. Because we went away from movies really mattering, because a lot of them you can even see streaming while they're still in the theater. Yeah. And you have to subscribe to every streaming service to see all TV shows, all movies, and it's just such a ridiculous ask.
This is how I would actually disagree with you, Chris, that we're in the golden age, because yes,
the dark age.
There is a wonderful amount of shows that are great, but you have to. The fact of the matter is they're absolutely destroying streaming by injecting commercials and fucking like the 18 or 20 different streaming services are out there where the shows are on all these different, so like you it's almost impossible, like you just can't. And I think the thing that disturbs me the most is about the one great thing about the streaming services that came out that you're like, oh my god, like I can just watch whatever movie I want and I have no commercials. Well, that's just not the fact anymore, unless well, I mean, Netflix you can, but that's about it. But then you're gonna limit yourself, because now Marvel's not on Netflix. It used to be, it's not anymore. Now it's on Disney Plus. And now, so where I was watching every Marvel show and movie, I can't anymore because I refuse to pay for Disney Plus. And now I'm like, well,
that's true.
I like all these Tyler Sheridan shows, right? Which is, all the Yellowstones and the prequels and the post ones that they're doing now, the Dutton Ranch, Marshalls, like all that stuff. Yeah, you got to pay for that shit. And then there's commercials every 15 minutes, just like a regular TV show. I'm like, well, fuck, I might as well have cable. Like this is, it's just driving me crazy. Why am I paying extra for this shit? I'm paying for commercials. I'm paying for
twice as many. Yeah.
Those are all completely valid points. So points taken. I guess I'll limit my comment to saying in terms of the amount of quality content.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think I understand and everyone understands what you're saying.
Well,
Like,
you can
the
call it
shows
the
are great.
golden age, but that doesn't mean it has to be like good. It's just a change in the way it's consumed.
Yeah.
Although you can get commercial free versions of most of the platforms.
Most,
yeah.
But then you're paying 3 times as much.
Yeah.
Not many people are doing that.
I don't know if you can with Amazon. You can. Paramount Plus, I'm not sure you can. Maybe you can. I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So Peacock, Disney, like you can Hulu. You can get.
Yeah, Peacock's like $6 a month unless you want ad free. Then it's like 12.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm cribbing a Peacock account, so I'm not paying for that. But
yeah, I usually that's the weird thing. I like some of these streamings I keep year round, and some of them I cancel for like half a year until a season comes back around.
Yeah,
right.
And it's crazy. And the way things change, it's what they carry. Sometimes you don't need it anymore, so it's wild.
Well, and to your point, Brendan,
I hate it.
Is they used to the one of the great things, and Netflix is the one that really spoiled everybody because they would drop an entire season of something. There'd be eight episodes of the season, and now they've gone back to releasing it once a week.
Yeah,
and so there's two things that I definitely don't think are very golden era of this golden era. One, they've gone back to weekly releases, and two, it takes like a year and a half to get to the next season. And I'm not down with that at all. So now if somebody recommends a show, I'll make a little note of it somewhere. Then I'm like, okay, well, let me know when the show is over. And usually it's about 4 or 5 seasons.
Right.
Yeah. But 4 or 5 seasons is like 7 years.
Yeah.
To get it all out there. So I'm like, I want to watch shows that were are done being released because then I can actually binge them the way I want to.
Well, that's not why I do it. I do it because every time I like latch onto a show right when it comes out, the motherfucker gets canceled before the thing ends with a satisfying conclusion. It's happened to me like a dozen times. I'm like, fine, I give up. No, Breaking Bad was fucking long over by the time I finally binged that entire series because I just don't trust them anymore. Even the ones that are like critically acclaimed, I'm not getting invested. I was watching that David Duchovny show about Charles Manson, Aquarius, got really into it, and then no, they just didn't renew it. I'm like, mother,
well, I think that's another characteristic of the era that we're in. Is that there's so many people pitching so many shows to so many platforms that they don't let a show grow. So like Seinfeld was terrible for like 3 seasons and they never canceled it. Like back in the day, you could have 3 or 4 seasons before a show catches on and then it would go for like 11 seasons. Today, if it's successful, you know it's not going more than 4 or 5. And if it's not getting enough downloads or streams within the first season, there's so many shows waiting to take its spot. For those production dollars, that everything's got a real short leash.
The Drew Carey show was an anomaly in that regard because it peaked and then they just kept forcing it, and they totally lost the whole idea of what was good. Put it on nights it shouldn't have been, and ruined the entire thing. But it kept going in spite of itself, and it got locked behind music rights. So up until like recently, you couldn't even find that one on streaming, and it's so strange. But one thing I wanted to let me circle back to Superbad because you said it tailed off for you in the last third of the movie, and I can see why you might say that because they find like it's mostly about the journey. The movie's mostly about the journey, and that's the first 2/3 of the movie, and I can totally see that. I've seen it dozens of times. The last third of it is they get to the party. And then a bunch of craziness happens, and then the ending might feel. Did you feel like the ending was a little anticlimactic? Was that the takeaway? Okay.
Yes.
Let me push back on that.
Okay.
Because I actually saw this pop up, and I hadn't watched it in a while. I saw a clip of the ending pop up on like a reel or something the other day, and I watched it, and it broke down why I loved the ending so perfectly because out of everything that happens in that movie that felt real, and there's a lot that doesn't, but the way those two interact, Michael Cera and Jonah Hill, the way they interact felt so realistic. Chicken went and saw this movie before I got to see it. And he's like, you've got to see this movie. This is every conversation you and I have ever had. In like the first 10 minutes, this is every conversation we've ever had. Like to a fucking T. When they're talking about what porn site they're going to subscribe to. So I finally
amazing.
decided I'm gonna subscribe to the Vagitastic Voyage. Which one's the Vagitastic Voyage? The Vagitastic Voyage is where they find the girl and then they pick them up and then they do her once they get her in the van and offer her money. Oh, right. But that's going to be on the credit card statement. Yeah, you're right. I probably should pick the one with the least dirty sounding name. I'll go with like Perfect 10 or something. I could tell them it's about bowling. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's so natural flowing. Their chemistry's ungodly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. And that's why I love the whole thing. But the
Mhm.
ending, particularly why I liked it so much, once you get around the lunacy, which is all the cop scenes, which is also amazing. But
Yep.
I love the ending because the expectations are set so high for teenagers who build these things up in their head. And when the moment finally hits, it never lives up to those expectations, like the party and getting with the girls. And then the next day, after all the horribleness like washes off, they're hungover and they go to the mall and they see the two girls that they like. And it's just such a bittersweet thing because they acted it so well. The girls are like taking them over and separating them. They're both drifting apart. And then they have this moment where they both look over their shoulders back at each other. And you can tell they're losing their entire identity up into that point, right? They're growing. This is the next step in their life. This is the new chapter. And they just have to go with it because the flow's not going to stop. They just need to go with it. But it's this horribly bittersweet moment because they know this might be the last, moment like that for them. So when you watch it again, you're like, oh, damn, that really. And I kind of felt that way after like the 6th or 7th time I'd watched it. But then this thing like summed it up perfect. I'm like, oh my God, that's why I love the ending of it. So if I push it back on you like that, does that change the way you view the end?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I think the only thing that this shouldn't have bothered me, and it didn't bother me that much, but there's no way that Emma Stone would have serious interest in Jonah Hill's character. No way. No way, not a chance.
She is ridiculous.
Not a
in that
chance.
movie.
Not a
Jesus,
chance.
yeah.
But listen,
God.
when you grew up, our age, you saw lots of 80s and 90s teen comedies where there was plenty of that, where the guy shouldn't have gotten the girl and he does anyways. And that's just
right.
So I'm not worried about that too much. Plus, I like Emma Stone. I think she's really funny.
Yeah, do love her. Yes,
she was great casting. No, I mean everybody in that movie was so damn good. And I the reason I went on the Jonah Hill binge that I did over the weekend, because there's a lot of movies I could have watched, was that I heard 2 interviews with Jonah Hill, because apparently he's got another movie coming out and he's kind of doing the tour. And so one of them, I think maybe it was on Smartless, but the second interview that I heard with Jonah Hill was by Rick Rubin. Have you guys heard Rick Rubin's podcast?
No.
I have bits and pieces.
It's called Tetragrammaton, and man, I've just really come to love.
Yeah,
Rick
definitely
Rubin.
haven't heard the show because I would remember that fucking name. But
It's called Tetragrammaton.
Clips.
It's such a weird, bizarre, Rick Rubin name for a podcast, but I really love hearing Rick Rubin interview people. I love his style. I love the way he interacts with people. I love it. His questions are super simple, but it's just the way that he steers his guest, and it just becomes a really interesting, thought-provoking conversation. And the combination of Rick Rubin and Jonah Hill in a conversation I just really, really loved. And so I was like, man, and listen, I'm just old enough that I kind of missed Jonah Hill, if that makes sense.
Right.
And I was like, man, that guy's really damn funny. And again, I brought it up on the show. Like I have a little bit of a tiny background in comedy, enough that I really, Brendan, you're like this, and maybe Tony, you're like this too. Like we love comedy, love it. And Jonah Hill, he's lived and breathed comedy like it's his oxygen his whole life. It's all he ever wanted to do. And so when you hear someone talk about comedy the way that Jonah Hill talks about comedy, you can't not love that guy. He's been singularly focused his entire life. And so I just loved Jonah Hill after hearing him talk about comedy, because I'm also a comedy nerd. Of course, I never got to do anything like Jonah Hill did, and he's a million times more talented than I'll ever be. But I just connected with him over our love for comedy. Like, he's the real deal, and I'm just a poser. But his love for comedy is what made me love him so much. I was like, man, I'm really regretful now that I missed Jonah Hill. I missed the Jonah Hill era, and I know he's still doing stuff, but like peak Jonah Hill.
Right.
This weekend getting caught up on Jonah Hill. And then when I accidentally folded in Brad Pitt, I was like, holy shit, Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill? Like, that's the greatest thing ever for film watching. So
even if they're the dumbest movies ever, you probably should watch the 2 Jump Street movies.
No problem. For sure.
Because there's some really just over the top hilarious stuff that actually is a lot of the movie definitely not realistic at all.
I didn't see the second one, but the first one was very good.
There's a specific part in the second one that makes it absolutely worth watching. But the first one of the best parts is when he's on the phone with the girl and Channing Tatum comes in, sees he's on the phone with the girl, and just starts fucking with him in the most guys fucking with other guys realistic ways. It's just so perfect. It's so perfectly, it's so realistic. And unironically, I actually watched two movies that over the same weekend, Chris, that I had never seen, both older movies. And one of them was somewhat consensual. The first one wasn't. And this wasn't even my wife making me watch movies. Like, as crazy as this is. The first one, this is why I asked the chat the other day. I'm like, I'm having a Mandela effect. I thought Tim Curry died. Like, I was having this weird thing. Like, oh yeah, he died. I was looking at the cast of this movie. I'm like, this person's dead. I thought he died like 2 years ago. What the fuck? I really thought he was dead. I'm glad he's not, but apparently he's not doing well. So hang in there, Tim Curry. Holy shit. I've already grieved you, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. But I watched the second movie I watched was Clue. Had never watched it.
Amazing.
I'd seen a lot of clips.
Amazing.
I'd never watched the whole movie.
I don't think
What
I've
makes
seen
you
that.
strange?
I
That's
don't think
super
I've seen
random.
So we were playing Clue. My kids' cousins were down with us for a couple nights, and we played Clue. And I told them, like, there's a movie about this. They're like, what? Like, it's an older movie. It's probably not going to be your guys' forte. No, we're watching it. I'm like, okay, fuck it. Why not? Sure, let's do this. So they found it on like Vudu or one of the free streaming things, and we started watching. I'm like, oh, this probably isn't kid appropriate, but whatever.
No, not entirely.
Like, we're already in. Fuck it. I don't care. And hilariously, one of my son's 10, my oldest, he's 10, and the maid's name is Yvette, and I noticed pretty quickly he took a shine to her. I don't know why. It couldn't have been.
Tell Brendan why.
Cleavage.
Brendan, have you seen this movie?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Tell Brendan
really
why.
haven't seen, because her tits are basically hanging half out. He rewound it and goes, "Wait, did you see that?" I'm like, "What? The giant tits on the maid? Yeah, I saw that. No, the Miss Peacock. She was staring at them. That's just funny." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why you're rewinding."
Yeah.
So I was 11 when I saw that movie when it came out.
See, there you go. Okay, so I don't feel terrible then. You saw it in the theater, even better.
Yeah,
So
it was amazing.
when did this movie come out then?
83, I think.
85.
I think it was 83.
Oh, shit, I was 6.
I'm looking at IMDb right now.
Tim Curry's the butler. It's got a really strong cast.
Rated PG.
It is PG.
I may have seen it. I don't know. Yeah, that's like one of those.
It's pretty funny. Tim Curry's fantastic in this, and Christopher Lloyd's in it. Really strong cast.
Cast is ridiculous. Yeah,
so good. And the funny thing about this movie is, and you can see it now if you watch the movie, you'll see all three. But at the time of release, when they released it in the theater, there were 3 different endings, and every theater randomly got a different one of the 3 endings.
Yep.
So you had to go see it multiple times and hope that you got to see a new one each time. So it was kind of a crazy concept. It bombed huge, but it's a cult classic now, and I can see that. Really strong movie. Really liked it. If you haven't seen it in a long time, or you haven't seen it at all, check it out.
Tim Curry seems to be involved in a lot of those cult classics.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And he's really strong in this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to interject with a couple of fun facts. So there are multiple PG rated movies that have boobs in them, that just have complete nakedness.
That would be PG-13 or NC-17 by today's standards.
That's correct. So I was the beneficiary of all of those films because if it said PG, my parents were like, "Well, of course you can watch it. It's PG."
Exactly.
Sweet.
Yep.
However, the PG-13 rating came out in 1984. The first PG-13 rated movie was Red Dawn. Clue came out in 1985, so it didn't have nakedness, but they're like, let's see how far away we can go with it. However,
how far can we push this?
Yeah.
And they did
weird science. It was
I was gonna say weird science. Yes,
you beat me to it. That came out before. That came out before that.
Yeah.
So one of my favorites as a kid, and I'll just be honest, it was my favorite because I got to see boobs. It
Right.
came out in 1980 when I was 6, by the way, and the movie is called Airplane. And
Love
that
it.
movie has
Yep,
plenty
yep.
of stuff in it that kids my age should not have seen, but it was rated PG.
Yep.
So the parents were like, "Yeah, of course you can watch it." So I got to see a bunch of great movies with a bunch of stuff in it.
Yep.
Because
Roger,
PG-13
Roger, what's your vector, Victor?
Yeah.
Funny thing about Airplane, back in middle school, the English teacher played that one day when we weren't doing anything towards the end of the year. And the scene where the tits just bounce across the screen happened to be on right when the principal walked through the
Shut
room
up.
to the adjoining computer lab. Oh, yeah. No, true story. It was amazing timing. And he just got to stop, kind of smirked, and went on his way and pretended like he didn't see it.
Today that teacher gets fired.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he didn't. He's like, hey, oh shit, yeah. It was great.
That's
All
the era that I grew up in, right there.
But the other movie I watched, and I'll make this quick, Pippi Longstocking. Have either of you seen this movie?
no,
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Not the fucking like ancient one, but the one that's ancient now.
Oh,
So I guess I don't know, whichever one. It's not new now. 80s probably.
yeah.
I think the original was like the 60s.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw the one in the 80s. Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
Where they're on a ship, and then the ship goes over, and then she goes to a town and causes a bunch of chaos, right? Okay, that's the premise. My oldest and his cousin, who's 12, she and he fucking, I tore this thing apart. I mean, I didn't shut up through this whole viewing, and that made this thing so much more enjoyable. I don't think I've ever heard my son laugh at anything I've said more consistently for an hour and a half than I did this night, because I shit all over this movie. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen, and a lot of people have fond memories over this, and you're crazy. This character should not be immortalized. She is a monster. She is a menace. She's a horrible influence. They knocked this boat over, and her dad's floating on a barrel and just says, Pippi, you just go to the town and live in the big house and blah, blah. Okay, because that's totally fucking normal. There's a bunch of people on the boat and a horse and a monkey, and somehow she gets the horse and the monkey, but not her dad, to safety. Gets a horse and the monkey to fucking safety, and they go and live in this house by themselves.
a horse.
The fucking neighbor, a horse. Yes, a horse.
Wow.
Gets them to this house, and they're just running amok in the house, and the neighborhood kids come over, and she starts teaching them to do stupid shit. And the dad's like, what the fuck? This is like, I've never related so much to a character in my life. Like, they invite the girl over for dinner, and she comes over, and at one point she face plants into the pie, and it cuts to the dad, who does one of these things. And I do that every day, where he just raises the hand, looks to the side, rolls the eyes, like, fuck's sake, really? Doesn't say it, but it's all over his face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was the realest moment of this fucking movie right there. She abducts these two kids and takes them into the woods. She has a gun. She's talking about pirates and puts them in barrels, and they go over a waterfall. She like steals a car. She like infiltrates an orphanage. I think she burns the orphanage down at the end of this fucking thing. She's a horrible person. She throws a horse in the water. She puts the horse over her head, throws it in the water. Like it's ridiculous. I hated this movie. I have a lot of strong feelings about it. And every like 3 seconds, I was just tearing it apart, and they thought it was the funniest fucking thing they've ever heard in their lives, which confirms I am the funnier parent. So,
Between you and
like
your
it was
wife?
ever in question, but yeah, but between me and my wife. So, just wanted to point that out. But yeah, if you've got nostalgic feels over Pippi Longstockings, you're a psychopath, and she should be put away for life. That woman,
psychopath.
that little girl, horrible person, horrible. Abducted them at gunpoint. Can you believe it? It's horrible.
So, I just want to circle back real quick to Superbad.
Please
Now that I
wash
see,
that Pippi
now,
out of her
now
mouth.
that I hear that Tony and Chicken were the reason that the story was written, I go back to one of the end scenes where Michael Cera and Jonah Hill wake up and they're in sleeping bags, and
Yep.
and
Mhm.
and he boops his nose, boop boop boop, I just picture that happening, and I'm not even sure who does the booping. I'm not sure if it's Chicken. I'm not sure if it's Tony.
I don't think it
But
matters.
We have
I don't-
done that multiple times.
Thank you for confirming.
Because of that movie. Yes.
Thank you for confirming. Yes. But then it also just reminds me of my relationship with Jim, the original co-host of this show. I mean, he's a brother to me, and we had many a nights where just drunken madness happens, and you just wake up in the next morning and just like, hey, so
Yeah, so
it's like, you know, and it just so yeah, I think that really what resonate, you know, Michael Cera is just pretty much the same character in every movie. As much as I love the guy,
he is too.
as much as I love the guy, and I think he's I think he was great in Superbad, but like he's kind of the same person just in every movie,
every single movie.
just about.
Had he not done that one first before he blew up, like maybe things would have changed. But you're typecast now. But I think he is pretty one-dimensional. You're right.
Well, but look at Arrested Development, because I'm pretty sure he did Arrested Development before that movie.
Yeah, he did. That was his first main acting gig. Was
and he
Okay,
he is pretty much that guy in that movie, you know. So
that's true.
Either way, he did a great job. He played the character he had to play, the nervous guy, and he did great. So
Oh God, like when
he was singing the song, the guys were like, "You're Johnny, you're Johnny's brother." Blah blah blah. You know, like whatever.
Okay.
Sing this song. I never seen it like you before.
That might be one of my favorite parts where they're at this place they absolutely should not fucking be to get booze. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been there so many times. So many times. I totally relate to this scene. I really do. That one hit hard.
You know,
but when they're giving each other shit and he goes, I'm truly jealous that you got to suck on those tits as a baby. He goes, well, at least you got to suck your dad's dick. That's his response. What the fuck? That's exactly what I would have said. So good.
Well, I couldn't help thinking as Jonah Hill is carrying the bottles of laundry detergent that are now filled with beer.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you imagine what that beer tastes like?
Oh my God.
Actually, I probably could.
It's fucking poison. Like
it's poison at that point.
Yeah, not to mention it would basically poison you because there's no way.
Yes,
it's not like you washed
fucking
it out.
Soap and beer. Like that's
Right.
not happening. It's just so fucking bad. It's like eating. It's like eating a Tide Pod.
Yeah, for sure.
Underrated
with beer.
Underrated.
Hey,
so underrated.
Before I forget, because I do want to enter. Speaking of children, this would have made more sense around the bike story, but I do want to enter into something into the official record because I'm super proud of my middle son, who's done a decent amount of theater stuff. He's been doing theater, which fits his personality perfectly because he's just a wild, very animated kid. So to put him on stage to do that kind of thing is really appropriate, and he really loves it. However, this summer there's kind of usually these things go for I don't know 3 or 4 months where there's hours and hours and hours and hours of rehearsals, and then they finally do 4 shows at the end of this run. I don't know, it's 3 or 4 months or something, but it's a lot. It's a ton of work, especially for kids this age, and they always do a phenomenal job. Like it's really impressive what they do. But this summer they're doing a very abbreviated one, and they're doing James and the Giant Peach, which I've not seen. I've not seen it. I'm completely unfamiliar with that story. I know nothing about it.
There's not a lot to it.
Okay. So, but I don't know if I can emphasize what a huge deal this is because he's had some good parts, but they're all pretty small with almost no dialogue. He's had almost no dialogue whatsoever. And usually fun parts, but small parts.
Right.
He is James.
That's huge because that's like the movie.
He's James in James with the Giant Peach.
That's obviously the main character's most of the movie, but this one's especially true because
yes, he auditioned.
And his co-star's a inanimate object.
but my point is that like he's done a few of these productions now and always had small parts. And when they audition, all of the kids audition, and they don't tell you what parts they're considering you for. You just go and do auditions. And I don't even think he auditioned in person. I think he might have sent in a tape this time.
Okay.
And when they did callbacks, the only thing he did during callbacks was James. And he came and I was talking to him. He's like, he goes, I think they're going to give me James. And sure enough, he went from a handful of these smaller parts. He is the title character in James and the Giant Peach. I'm super proud of him.
That's pretty sweet.
Hell
yeah. Love that.
I'm super proud of him. Now
that's a huge jump.
Oh my gosh. It's yeah. I mean, listen, and I asked it. I didn't want to scare him or anything, but I was like, Noah, obviously you're going to have a crap ton of dialogue and there's going to be things, like these are musicals, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, Noah, first of all, you're going to have a ton of dialogue and you're going to have songs and you're going to have to dance, the choreography. Like you've done a great job in everything you've done. I've loved you in everything, but this is so much more than you've ever had to do. Like, can you do this?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I could do it. Like,
hell
okay.
Yes.
I was like, hey, if you're confident, I'm confident. I'm not going to say another word about it other than I'm just, I was like, I tried my hardest just to just overcome him with just encouragement and just tell him how proud of him I am. Cause awesome. I think he's always wanted to do bigger parts, but I don't think he expected to go from what he's done to being the title role in the next production.
Right.
But man, I just couldn't be more proud of him because also his older brother is really, really hard on him. You know, like really, he's
of course,
kind of a jerk towards him, and so and I've watched this really affect Noah and his self confidence there. You know, as they've grown up, and I really hate it, and it's really hard to watch, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't seem to change the dynamic.
No, you can't.
And so for him to be able to have an opportunity like this and be so excited about it, I just can't. I'm just super proud and super happy for him. So
that's
can't
awesome.
wait. Sometime
when the
I've told my oldest, I've told my oldest multiple times, I'm like, you're being a bully. Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's what
I would not want to be treated this way. So I get it. I get it completely.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
it's hard to shift that sibling dynamic.
He's really mean. Hard. He's really mean to him.
I'm a second born, and I got tortured by my older brother.
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit. And he would admit he would admit it as well. So I was like, no, like this is not okay. You will not do this. And but
here's the problem. Not the problem. It's a problem, period. But here's the thing that makes it a bigger problem is that Noah has the opposite personality that Liam has. So Noah is just a really sweet person and very thoughtful and always thinking of the other person and just wants to connect and is just super nice to everybody. And, you know, like we'll go somewhere and Liam won't be with us. Like, let's just say we're going to get ice cream. And for some reason, Liam's not with us. And it's just me and Noah and Ellie. Noah will say, hey, we should bring something home for Liam. Like constantly thinking, no matter how hard Liam is on him, he's constantly thinking about it. He's constantly defending him. He's, constantly being nice and thoughtful. And Liam is the exact opposite. Like if Liam gets up and like if we're eating dinner at the table and Liam gets up to go get something, it's kind of something everybody needs. He'll just get it for himself.
Oh yeah, no, that's the firstborn thing. That's the firstborn.
Yeah,
for sure.
It must
the
be
entitlement.
Oh,
yeah. But Noah's the opposite. If he got up, he'd stand in the kitchen and say, "Hey, does anybody else want this thing that I'm getting for myself?" Totally opposite.
That's that's across the board though, because like Striker's 10. I've got 4, 10 through 5, 10, 8, 8, 5. Striker's a firstborn. He's gonna get up, he's gonna do whatever he wants. He's not gonna ask anybody for shit.
Right.
The twins, one idolizes Striker. That's it. It's like and he's like me at that age, and I like that's the dynamic. He's me at that age looking up to my oldest, who is just this like super stud at everything. And then the other twin is the most thoughtful, selfless, sweetest, most wonderful little boy in the world. Like asked me for a cookie one day, only 2 left, gave them to his brothers and didn't have one for himself. I'm like, where's your cookies? Like, oh, there's only 2 left. So I gave it to them instead. Like,
that's what Noah would do.
Like, what the hell? And then, my daughter's 5 and well, she's the youngest, she's the baby and she's a girl. So it just kind of circles back to she may as well have been the firstborn because it's all about me.
Right.
Yeah.
And well, and so
But,
what
yeah.
I'm saying is, and it sounds like you guys understand this. That's what compounds it for me and makes it even harder for me to watch Liam pick on Noah because Noah's so sweet. And if I step in and go at Liam, which I can't, I could really lose my temper with Liam over this because I always root for the underdog. Same thing.
Yes.
Like I always root for the underdog. Whoever's the weakest in a certain scenario, I'm on that guy's side. So it's really, I mean, I love my children. I love all of them, but I'll go at Liam real hard because I just had enough. Noah will step in and stop me and start defending.
Yes.
And I'm like, my brain cannot understand. I don't.
Oh
get
no,
this.
I have that all the time with Stryker when he's being especially douchey.
Right.
And I will go at him like hard because I don't tolerate it. I will not tolerate the bullying crap, and I will go at it. And even if it's Jarek that he's pissing off, the one that idolizes him, Jarek does not like it when I discipline hard and like get in their face and get mean and get mad and yell. He will get in, but like, no, it's okay, it's my fault, and plead with me. I'm like, okay, now I'm being a bully. Now he's brought me back, son of a bitch.
Right. And you're like, man, I do not. This is a tricky one. And no matter which one of his siblings I'm disciplining, Noah will defend them. Noah will step in. He'll take the bullet.
I'm insanely blessed with the dynamic I've got. I like I said, I've got 4, and it's 5 to 10. It's boys and girls. It's twins. Like it's this weird mixed bag. I've got all the things, but I'm so blessed because the dynamic we've got is they couldn't, at the end of the day, be better friends, even when they're at each other's throats. They are so thick, and I hope that continues as they get older because they are so thick. And to even bring theatrics back into it, ironically, today we recorded a new video on that Stryker G YouTube channel, and I dropped it in both several groups. I think both that you both admin, so definitely check that out. But the theatrics, my daughter, who is 5 again, ad-libbed most of her scenes, had to edit a lot of them down because she went way off any script I could have hoped to try to give to her, and just went, yeah, this is how I envision it in my head, so I'm going to go in a different direction. And just, and it is like herding cats when I'm directing, producing, and filming these things.
You all, Tony.
Yeah, but
lots of options. So you can choose when you're editing.
So many options. It makes it take 3 times as long. But yeah, in an 8-minute video, it took us about 4 hours to shoot and me an hour to edit, and then doing it with a phone. So that's available, and it's actually doing quite well. It's got like 120 views already. So I
need to go back and watch. I missed
part.
I was having a busy day, but I'm going to circle back on that.
If you've ever needed to see the weird shtick that my kids all do, there you go. There it is in all its glory.
I love weird shtick that kids do because that's what I was going to say next is especially after I've had a bad moment, I'll sit my kids down and apologize. But the other thing that I tell them is like, listen, you guys are the smartest, most creative, most original, most fun kids I could possibly want. They're so to circle back on the bike Walmart story. I wasn't bothered by that at all because I spent half the day hanging out with my kids, and my kids are super fun to hang out with under the most mundane of circumstances. So like, I know when I walk into a Walmart store that they're going to act like monkeys and act crazy. But also what that means is it's fun. Like my kids are fun. They're fun.
Still time well spent. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like none of us cared. None of us were like, oh, this is boring or this is terrible. This is whatever. No one complained. We just had fun going to 2 or 3 different Walmart stores and getting in and out of the car. And like, it's the most boring stuff is fun with my kids because my kids are fun. They're fun, creative, funny. Like they say the craziest things and I've taught them improv games, and now they're making up their own improv games. Like they're kind of up for anything, and I'm basically an overgrown child, kind of like the two of you guys are. It's so like, there's no adults living in my house. There's I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, there's no one stopping us for doing insane things because I'm not going to stop us. I'm having too much fun. So
I was going to say the fact that you just revealed earlier that you recorded the entire last season of Conan O'Brien on VHS does reveal a lot about your sketch comedy, improv love, and your aesthetic appearance, clearly, because you're a dead ringer for Conan O'Brien.
You're not the first person that said that. Yep.
Who I adore and is probably my favorite late night TV host of all time, if I'm being honest.
I just watched him do the commencement address at Harvard, literally right before we came on to record, and it's hilarious.
He's brilliant. He's very woke left and living in California since that move, but I can ignore that. Wonderful mind. I've always loved him so much.
Yeah. But I told my kids today. I was like, man, I just you'll never know how much, you'll never fully understand how much I love you and how grateful I am that I'm the one that gets to be your father. I get to witness all this. I'm the one that gets to be the head of the tribe, and we get to all go do ridiculous things that even I'm going to get in trouble for. Like they're embarrassed because I'm the one getting in trouble at Walmart. Right. That's fun. That's the kind of time listen. I'm not a perfect father.
That might be the best time, actually.
The last 4 days I had plenty of bad moments that I'm not proud of, though, which I would have done better. However, we have fun together. We have so much fun when we're together, and I love it. I'm super grateful that these 4 monkeys are my kids. They're just they're the best. They're the best.
All right.
Are we out of time for banter?
I think we might be.
Brendan's like, "Could you shut the fuck up?"
I was like, Tony, do you want to say anything before we start voicemails?
Yeah, no. I'm
Oh, we're good. We're good. All right, here we go.
Well, no, I think I've got a report card from 5th grade. I really wanted to dive into that.
What?
No, I don't. No,
we don't want to talk about that shit.
No, we don't. We'll make my math from earlier in the episode sound.
It's so funny that now that you say that, I remember looking through my grandmother's shit and like her stuff, and I'm like, this is my dad's report card. He gave me so much crap for the grades that I was getting, and I'm like, he failed classes. I'm like, wait a second. And my grandma's like, oh yeah, he was not a good student.
Wanted better for you.
It was great. No, my dad was a very smart guy. Listen, I don't want to he may not have failed, but he didn't get good grades in certain areas. But I mean, he was a really smart guy, and like he could get shit done. But yeah, it made me laugh because I was like, we would just look through my grandmother's stuff, and it was like, because mothers keep just about everything.
Oh yeah.
And I just remember finding a report card and be like, wait, what is that? Wait, like what? This can't be true. All right,
I took a 4th grade, maybe 3rd grade, I don't remember, a poetry book that the class made from like 3rd or 4th grade. My mom had it. I just happened to go out there the day of my 20-year high school reunion. I'm like, give me that. I took that with me to my 20-year high school reunion, and every time somebody would show up and walk in, I stood up on a chair and recited their poetry as they walked in and gave them full credit. Nobody liked it, but everybody that was already there and endured it loved it.
My 35th is next year.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god!
Yeah, I haven't been to one. I
haven't been back to one reunion.
Yeah, I didn't go to one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tony's been to every single one.
Every single one. And I'll be at the next, and I'll probably be the drunkest guy there. 2 reunions in a row, 15 and 20. So yeah, it'll probably be me again at 25.
So, the last reunion we had was it the 20th or 25th?
Probably 25th.
If mine was the 20th, yours had to be the 25th.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Had to have been the 25th.
Well, the last one.
My 20th was 2 years ago. So
the last one anyone showed up to. Let me put it that way. I think it was the 20th, and I think like 8 people showed up.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
How big a class?
Like 250.
Oh wow!
I had like 63, and I bet 40 people showed up.
That's awesome. When I first started my original podcast in 2016, not far into it, I did an episode with my my elderly Jewish friend Ivan Edelman,
Mhm.
who I think is going to be 83 in August. Anyway, he and I are buddies. But I did an interview with him where he talked about, I think either his 60th maybe reunion.
Oh wow.
It was actually a great story. Ivan was beloved at his school, so it was really fun to hear him talk about it. However, the hook of the story is that a woman showed up who was like every guy in the class had a crush on this girl when they were in school,
fuck.
but she had never been to any of the reunions, but she came to this one.
Oh,
And so he talks about that woman showing up to the reunion finally after like 50 something years.
how are any of them going to show up on Monday?
Yeah,
That's a going back to school joke, folks. Didn't land. It's fine. How about that banter? We're out of time.
All right, we're out of banter. Here we go. First voicemail.
Hey, fellas, Alex here. I heard you talking about hot dogs and bologna the last show. Mustard and onions are the only two things you can put on to ensure you don't become a communist Satan worshiper. See, hot dogs and bologna were created as a government psyop led by Democrats to turn Americans into devil-loving commies. The only reason Chicago hasn't fallen is because of mustard and onions. Anyway, great show. More to come on me exposing door washers and the sex cult that almost got Tony.
Is that Alex Jones?
Sure sounded like it.
Huh.
I didn't know he was a listener of the show.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
That's amazing.
No. We can't walk past that. What the fuck was that?
I kind of want to hear it again.
You want me to start it over from scratch?
I think I need to hear that one more time.
All right, here we go.
It's bologna in Chicago.
Hey, fellas, Alex here. I heard you talking about hot dogs and bologna the last show. Mustard and onions are the only two things you can put on to ensure you don't become a communist Satan worshiper. See, hot dogs and bologna were created as a government psyop led by Democrats to turn Americans into devil-loving commies. The only reason Chicago hasn't fallen is because of mustard and onions. Anyway, great show. More to come on me exposing door washers and the sex cult that almost got Tony.
Holy shit.
So that audio was so quiet. Like I was max. I was
gonna say it's pretty low.
Well, he's got to be quiet. I mean, otherwise, if he leaves a louder voicemail, it'll cost him billions.
Yeah, you don't. Billions.
I'm just glad he's technically gotten back in the podcasting game, even if it's through various voice messages to Dads Worldwide. Kudos to Alex Jones.
Try to keep you out of sex cults.
Right. And hey, first celebrity that actually sounded like their celebrity to leave a voicemail. We've had like 6 before that, but for some reason, I think the audio, something happened and none of them sounded like themselves. It was weird.
I feel like that's a shot at me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
you were never involved. You weren't even, I don't think you were on that episode, Chris.
Okay. All right.
It was so great, though.
Right.
Probably need to have that happen again.
Last and final.
Well, no, you can't. Hang on. Brendan, you're going to ignore the bologna?
What?
You're ignoring bologna and hot dogs? I can't let that happen.
I mean, what do you want me to say? I feel like I've made my opinion known about bologna and hot dogs.
Why? Okay, but if you put mustard and onion on it, does that change your opinion?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean the fact that you have to mask the taste of that shit with onions and mustard, I mean, it just tells you what you need to know.
Well, I'm the other way. I think why ruin good bologna with mustard and onion?
I second that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are fucking weirdos. Okay.
Well, you're a fascist. It's fine.
You're a fascist. And a racist, by the way.
A communist.
Yeah, definitely a communist.
This is Leslie Manbeard calling in again to right the wrongs from the last episode. My pronouns this week are sea lion, unicorn, manatee, narwhal, and Sasquatch. Chris? so sweaty. I am so
So
hungry
sweaty.
for cheesecake, lover boy. It's time to stop dancing around this. Brendan's a fascist.
Is it? That was it. Stop dancing around this.
Am I dancing around something?
I don't know.
Hopefully, the dance floor when you take her out for a proper cheesecake date, Chris.
Did you say her?
Him, Sasquatch, Narwhal, whatever.
Sea lion?
Narwhal, sea lion.
Manatee.
Manatee.
I'm not dancing around anything. I love cheesecake. It's my former co-host Adam Saunders that doesn't like cheesecake.
Oh
So
my god.
I'm down with cheesecake.
I'm also.
Well, we
not
know
a-
that's what ruined your Vegas trip. Other than Vegas.
I mean, I took the kids to conveyor belt sushi again last night. We almost had cheesecake right off the conveyor belt. So
That's a good point. You've endured conveyor belt sushi and
Yeah.
lived to tell the tale, but half a cheesecake with Leslie, and you were just a fire hose on your trip to Vegas.
well, I mean, it's the price you have to pay for love. So
That's true. That is true. I'm
sacrifices. have to
sorry. Something about when I hear the first couple seconds of Leslie Banbeard say their name just gets me right in the feels every time. I don't know what it is.
I think something that I
It's
picked
like I'm
up
never
on,
ready for it.
Well, I mean, you can't. There's no way to be ready. But
Yeah.
I picked up on something that I think might be new. Do the pronouns change every week? I haven't picked up on
Sounds
that
like it.
previously.
Yeah, it
So-
sounds
Well,
like it. Yeah.
you gotta cover the spectrum.
Yeah, last week was the alphabet.
Yeah.
So
And the week before that was the Contra code.
Yeah, it's fun that I mean, now we have something to look forward to every week is Leslie's new pronouns.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
A bar's been set.
Yeah.
I mean, the bit has been established and it has to continue now. So
Sorry, Jamie.
Yeah.
also, I do like it that that Leslie admitted that Leslie was sweaty. That was fun.
Well, I mean,
So
I don't think
sweaty.
there's really
So
any reason to deny it. You
No.
can hear it in their voice.
I feel like you can hear the sweatiness and the breathing.
Mhm.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, may not needed to be said. I think it was obvious, but I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
The acoustics did sound like they were in the shower. So, like,
Oh man, yeah. Who was
Brendan,
our other
how do you-
caller we hear from again? Was it Chase?
oh, Chance Joy. Yeah,
Chance,
we
Chance
do.
Joy.
We do need to follow up with Chance Joy. Yes.
I need more of that. Need more of that.
What we really need is some. There was a lady that wanted to drink my bath water like a couple months ago. That was good stuff.
Maybe Ben Shapiro will call back.
I hope so.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I truly hope. Like, 'cause-
eyebrows.
Well, maybe Ben Shapiro's eyebrows will call back.
That'd be great.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if Ben will, but maybe just his eyebrows.
Ben will call, then his eyebrows will call. Yeah. To correct him.
Yeah.
That's who runs the show, his eyebrows.
that is true. I mean, if we're gonna be honest about it.
Yeah.
Okay, those were home run home run voicemails. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Half of that was
Great.
unexpected.
I definitely hope we hear more from Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, that was holy shit.
And
I
if
was
that's
not
any
ready.
indicator, I mean, are we about to experience a parade of celebrity callers? Because I hope Alex Jones is only the beginning.
Well, I think it's been pretty well established that worldwide does include not just the common folk, but those with elite status. So
Yeah, that's true.
why would that not include celebrities? You know,
Yeah, we
left,
did have,
right, in between.
Our first year, we had Christopher Walken call it and leave
Oh.
voicemail. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
What did he think?
He said that we were great, and it was nothing dirty, but it was very interesting.
What would he think now?
He might disavow us.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Us. Yeah.
Tony G, he just, it's the sunglasses. It's the whole aesthetic for me.
It's really funny. So one of the guys that we had on who, yeah, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but
right.
We were like, he did not want to call and like, he didn't want to do it under his own name. I was like, "Will you do
Christopher Walken?"
So I was like, "Will you do a great Christopher Walken?" I was like, "Why don't you just leave us a voicemail as Christopher Walken?" And so he did it, and I was just like, "Oh man," I was like, "I don't know, what does that say about us?" Like he didn't really want to put his name on it. So he was just about to be on a major network on a TV show.
Oh shit!
So he was like,
"That's fair."
So I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "That's cool." Like I get it. Like he can't put his own name out there with because he's contractually obligated to the Travel Channel or whatever. So
I get it. I've totally been there. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Totally. Been
Haven't
there.
we all?
Haven't we all?
My biggest downfall in comedy is that my best voice impressions are only people I know personally. so it's very niche, audience I can really shine from.
So you do a KOE? Is that what you're saying?
No, that is one I'm not great at. Only one man can do that. That's
true.
That's like putting on the ring, right, and not throwing it into the volcano. So if I really dug my heels in and committed to that, I probably wouldn't be able to come back. That's one of those things. You go on that journey, you're not coming back the same person.
I wonder if Chicken could do a KOE.
Ooh,
he might be able to. He might be able to.
One way or another, I feel like he could get it done.
He'd have Chat GPT do it for him.
No, he wouldn't. Shut up. No, he wouldn't.
Sorry, you're right. It'd be Claude.
Right. It'd be Claude.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Either way, that's a great idea.
I'll take it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Listen, we're almost 140 in. I'm tired. And I got like 8 million things to do. So
right. So we're gonna start talking about Iran now.
Can we talk about the peace talks?
What peace talks? They're bombing each other.
They've agreed.
Isn't there an extended 60-day ceasefire?
Yeah.
Sure. U.S. just bombed a civilian vessel yesterday. So I don't know.
You don't get how peace talks work.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Yeah. Hey Tony, it sounds like someone doesn't know the definition of ceasefire.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
because
Israel's had a ceasefire with Lebanon since November 2024 or 2025, and they've like bombing them ever since. So
why you don't hear about that shit?
That's what a ceasefire is, Brendan.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
I do not know.
It's okay. First step's admitting.
You're right.
Okay, next time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that just.
I think we've avoided politics pretty heavy in 2 straight episodes. So
yes, we have.
I'm
actually,
sure we're due.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, well, I mean, we could have talked about it in this episode, but we went about an hour heavy and just talking movies. So
true,
fine.
We did go.
Absolutely fine.
Did go heavy.
Yeah. Absolutely fine. All right.
Brendan's like, no, I wanted to scratch this itch, but fuck you guys. It's fine.
No.
I think you're waiting. I think you're waiting for your next episode where I can't be here to make sure you talk about politics. That's what normally happens.
No, we're waiting for the episode where Brendan can't be here to talk about female comedians.
Well, you know my opinion, so I mean, it's not like it's gonna change. Them. It's not gonna change.
Folks, if you missed last episode, you missed probably one of my favorite episodes ever. It was so fucking good.
It was great. It was great. No,
And
the
this is a
last
good
episode
time
was
to.
last episode was fantastic. I listened to it and I was just like, wow, this was a great episode. It was one of
I
the
was
best
in awe.
episodes that we talked about that we didn't talk politics. It was just straight up funny. So
Yes,
yeah,
because we're funny.
because yeah. Well,
No matter what you think, Leslie and Chance. Alex agrees.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with Tony and I's opinion on hot dogs and bologna.
Exactly.
Chance is pretty
He's
retarded.
not a fascist.
Chance is
Mm-mm.
pretty retarded, so whatever.
Whoa.
what?
Whoa. Shots fired.
All right, Chris, where can people find you?
You know what? Normally I don't know, but thanks to my friend Tony, who has said it over and over and over and over again. And that's necessary because I'm not a very smart guy. So about the 12th or 13th time, now I know where to find me. And so I can share where to find me with you, which is apparently Linktree/GravityBeard. Thank you, Tony. And by the way, you wouldn't have a place to find me if it wasn't for this guy. So
There you go.
I've
Feel
fumbled
like I've
through
done more for the entire Gravity Beard empire than maybe even Chris.
Well, how long have I been appearing on the show? It feels like a couple years now. Year and a half,
At least
2
a year
years.
and a
Wow.
half.
Yeah.
I've been fumbling through the answer to that question all of that time
That's
until
true.
Tony finally stepped in and rescued me. And now the answer is very simple. It's Linktree/GravityBeard. So thank you, Tony.
And I did almost nothing. Oh my fucking god!
Uh-oh.
What in the blue? Hang on. No,
Uh-oh.
come here.
Oh,
This
Yeah,
would,
interruptions.
Chris. If you still had diarrhea, what just popped around the corner would have
let's see it.
brought that back.
Oh my god.
That's what I saw, just right out the corner.
I mean, I just had instant bowel evacuation as soon as he came on screen.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Who shit my pants?
Oh my god.
Anyway, Linktree/GravityBeard. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
Tony,
I will
where can
forever
people
give you
find
credit for that.
Thank you.
Tony.
I don't know. I'm pretty simple to find anymore. It's Linktree/Tony the Rod or Linktree/Big Buckin. And one of these days it'll be cool again. And the KOE Nation will do whiskey reviews. I hope.
Yes.
Those were a lot of fun back in the day. Dark Side of the Fringe. Good stuff. Paranormal, conspiracy, mystery, whatever. Good stuff there. Big Bucket Empire. Need to do another live stream. We missed the Andre drunk stream, but we're going to postpone it a little bit. We're going to reconvene, reimagine a bit. It's going to be bigger, better, badder than ever, and look for that to happen. So Big Bucket Empire on Facebook and YouTube. But most importantly, most consistently, most daddily, right here at Dad's Worldwide.
When's that next live stream again?
Any day now.
Okay.
Any day now.
That's what I thought.
Any day. Yeah.
That's where I have it on my calendar as well.
Yeah,
as
any
any day
day
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Open-ended, yes.
Perfect.
You know how to get a hold of me, Brendan at dadsww.com. Can't stand me, can't stand Tony, Chris, Stryker, whoever that is wearing that mask. Oh my god, there's a bunch of them in there now. Oh my god.
they're
Oh
multiplying.
my god,
no.
all of them.
It's happening.
Hate mail at dadsww.com. And of course, we will make you laugh. We might make you cry, most certainly, somehow, some way. Try to make you a better parent. Thank you for watching and listening